So should you start a website? There are two schools of thought around this. The first one is that with such an abundance of opportunities and marketing channels out there that some people think they don't even need a website anymore. The second school of thought is that they want a website yesterday for this new business that they're starting out. It feels like this urgent itch that they need to scratch and they need to get something up and running to get their business legitimate and online right now. Both these schools of thought are valid, so let's dive in and explore them in a little bit more depth. Focusing your resources is a smart move when you are starting out in a new business or with your small business. But it can be hard to narrow down which areas you want to invest in when each one seems to offer its own unique benefits. So let's narrow this down and explore this in this video now. So, do you need a website? Now, I make a living from teaching people how to build a business, so you would think that I would be pretty one-sided in this discussion. However, actually, I'm not. I do emphatically believe that there is a time when you do not need a website for your business. If you've ever dabbled with creating a website for your business, you will know that the process isn't as straightforward as just throwing some content online and going live. And whilst websites have become more affordable over time and the software has become more intuitive, the price tag or the time investment for you building your own site or asking someone else to build it for you can still become prohibitive, especially when you have limited funds and multiple demands on your time. Knowing where to start and the best way to get up and running can become overwhelming. Fast load times, user journeys, email opt-ins, mobile-friendly pages, it can be something of a minefield and it can feel really frightening. So let's review when you do need a website and actually when you don't. First of all, let's see when you don't need a website. I would suggest that within the first 6 months of your business, or when you have secured your first 3 paying clients, those should be your milestones for actually starting up a website. Why do I say that? It's because within the first 6 months of your business, so much can change. Things evolve, shift, your entire audience or your offering might move completely. You might pivot entirely based on the experiences that you're having when you're delivering your service or based on the experience that you're having with your clients at that particular time. So what you might find is that if you start off building a website from day one, your proposition may have changed entirely by month 6, in which case you've just spent a whole load of time and money building a website which is no longer valid. So the first 6 months of your business or within having your first 3 paying clients, I would say that that is a benchmark for you not to build your website. Whichever one of those comes first, then think about creating a website because you will have validated your offer and you will have a really clear idea of who it is that you're working with, how you can help them, and what offerings are going to be most useful for them. That being said, when you are just starting your business, I do strongly believe that there are still some online elements that you should have in place. I do believe that you should secure your domain name, which is your web address. I do also think that you should create a very basic holding page which looks professional. So it has a rough idea of your offerings that you are offering right now at this present moment in time, as well as your contact details so that people can get in touch with you if they're interested in working with you. And also, if possible, some way for people to opt into an email list with you or onto a waiting list for your service or maybe a course that you are going to be running. So I do think it's important for you to have some kind of online presence, not just for the fact that then it enables people to start finding you, but also because it starts establishing some domain credibility for you, which becomes important when you are focusing on search engine optimization further down the line, but also because it up-levels your own mindset around your business. It kind of puts your online stake in the ground and makes you feel as though you are really properly starting up something that is going to truly take off and become some kind of online entity. So I think for our own sake, as well as for the sake of people who are going to become potential clients, it's really important for us to have some kind of presence online, even if it's not a full website. The second thing is, if you're an artisan and you only have enough funds to buy the materials for whatever it is that you're producing, then you want to make sure that you're plowing all of your resources into actually creating your product. And at that particular point in time, you could use a platform such as Etsy for selling whatever it is that you have made. And then you can transition to moving everything over onto your website once you have a few more funds available to you. And once you've already proven that there is a market for what it is that you're selling. Now, the reason to transition from the likes of Etsy or any other online selling platform over to your own website is that you will then avoid all the selling fees, and you'll also avoid that really noisy marketplace where people get distracted by other offerings from other competitors or other people within the industry. So when you put something in your basket in Etsy, you will see that you also get offered other similar products. And sometimes that means that people will swap out your product for something from one of your competitors, or they will just change their mind entirely. So that's why it's great to be able to keep people on your own domain name, on your own website, so that they are focused and all of those distractions have been removed. The third scenario, when you may actually not want to build your own website or where it may not be appropriate, is if your audience isn't online. Now, this is kind of rare because in the developing countries or in the developing world, 90% of the entire population is online. But if you have a very elderly audience, or maybe they're based very rurally, or perhaps you are targeting a particularly disadvantaged group, you may find that they are not particularly active online, in which case a website may not be appropriate for you to be selling your services. There may be other channels that are more appropriate for you. Do keep in mind, however, that if you are serving something like an elderly community, then it may be other people, such as their children, their grown-up children, who are doing some of the decision making for them, in which case they probably will be looking for the likes of a website or some kind of online presence to evaluate your services and establish your credibility. Now, let's have a look at when you should build a website. A website is crucial for any business who wants to reach the following sales and marketing goals faster. If you want to capture and convert more leads, then a website is an absolute must for you. So email marketing is still the cornerstone of your online success. And so even though you may hear people saying that email marketing is dead, it is still one of the fastest and most effective forms of marketing online. And so a website will enable you to offer something for free in return for people's email addresses. It will enable you to grow your email list in a way that other platforms will not allow you to, because they are so much noisier. Whereas with a website, you're able to focus people's attention on the likes of a landing page and ask them for a subscription to something that you might be offering, such as a newsletter or some kind of free opt-in. On a website, we can also gain really valuable insights into our audience's behavior, and visitors on our website, we can find out what kind of things that they're looking for, what it is that they are actually interested in. We can see what they're clicking through onto, and so much more information that can tell us about their behavior, and it can inform us so we can make really well-judged decisions about how we're wanting to progress our marketing and the kind of information that we should be including more of on our website. A website also enables us to reach more potential customers through search engine optimization. So if our pages are really search engine visible, it means that we're able to attract people organically from search engines who are specifically looking for the kind of service or product that we are offering, and this is absolutely priceless. And finally, a website is really critical if you're wanting to build your brand. It tells new, existing, current, and potential clients and customers about your brand, what you stand for, and all of the information that they actually need to know to make an informed decision about whether you are the right person to work with or whether your product is going to help them in the area that they are needing help with. So even if a website isn't actually necessary for your business to operate, often it's an expected tool. Like, your audience will expect to be able to find something about you online on a website. A professional website is going to demonstrate credibility right off the bat, and without one, you might actually really struggle to maintain or develop any kind of credibility at all with your potential audience. So in summary, times when you may not yet want to consider building your website are: 1, in the very early stages of your business. 2, if you do not yet have the financial means or resources to build your website because you are buying materials for your products or your crafts. Or 3, when your audience is not necessarily online, such as an elderly audience, rural, or some kind of disadvantaged audience. Those are the times when you may not want to build your website. Times when you will want to build your website are when you want to capture and convert more leads, when you are finding that insights into your potential customer and your actual customer behavior would be really, really useful. Or when you want to reach more potential clients through search engine traffic, or when you want to build a stronger brand online. All of those scenarios would mean that this would be a really, really useful tool for you and for your business. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can get more tips around your website and your online marketing and how to become more successful online. I'm Vicky Etherington, founder of The Website Mentor. Thanks so much for watching.